Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. I'm Brian Winnekins from World Dairy Expo. This is the WRDN Morning Farm Report. And thank you to our sponsors, including Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, Farm First Dairy Cooperative, Bauer Seeds and Service, UtterTech, and Anibis Silo. And I am here at Expo at the National Farm Program, and I am with Meggan Hain, and she's Chief Veterinary Officer of the National Dairy Farm Program. We're going to find out a little bit about the program and dairy farmers, how you can get involved. And Meggan, thanks for joining us. Okay, for those not familiar, what's the National Dairy Farm Program?
So the National Dairy Farm Program is an industry-driven sort of a national or industry-driven social responsibility program for the dairy industry. So we cover animal welfare, we cover environmental stewardship, we cover workforce development and biosecurity standards. So the farm program in that was developed by the dairy industry and is implemented by the co-ops and processors that work with the farms directly. So the field staff folks and that work with these farmers and that are the ones who will be going out and sort of implementing that program. National Milk Producers Federation and that working together with the dairy farmers that participate within the farm program set the standards. And we have committees that are sort of part of that development. So any farmers that are interested in being involved with the sort of standard development are welcome to join those committees and that to help to participate in that. For any farmers that have an evaluation coming up, whether it's under the animal care standards, environmental stewardship, or workforce development, they can work with their co-ops field staff folks. Those will be your best connection. To get information, but they're always welcome to reach out to us at National Dairy, at National Farm Program. And we have all of the templates that they'll need, also have all the information on the program itself and that. So we're always happy to help.
Talking with Meggan Hain. She is Chief Veterinary Officer with the National Dairy Farm Program this morning. So, Meggan, when a dairy farm agrees to be a part of this program, what are things then that they are required to do?
So for the animal care section and that, farms that are part of this program, it's typically the co-ops that agree to participate with it. And the reason that they'll usually join the farm program is to provide that assurance for their customers. So the buyers and that buy from that cooperative that are looking for that assurance, whether it's on animal care, environmental stewardship, or workforce development, so how the farms are sort of looking after their workforce. They're looking for that level of assurance. And so we have this industry-driven program, which has sort of farmers at the table. So it's standards in that are developed with the industry and with farmers and that make more sense sort of on the farm. So as farmers are sort of getting up and gearing up, getting ready for that, their cooperative field staff person will be the best point of connection, but they can always sort of reach out to us. Those evaluations for the animal care is once every 3 years. Environmental stewardship and workforce development are all on very much a voluntary sort of basis. So those will be driven by the cooperative and what they need for their market.
And so this program really is designed to give consumers and maybe big companies like a Walmart or a Hy-Vee or something like that, the assurance that humane treatment of animals, proper workforce development and treatment of workers, environmental stewardship, sustainability, those type of things.
Absolutely. So these are things that a lot of these companies and customers are looking for anyway. You know, we are now significantly sort of stepped away from the farm. You know, most of our customers don't necessarily know a dairyman in that firsthand. So being able to get that sort of assurance, they're usually looking for some sort of certification program. So a lot of the buyers in that have really been sort of driven in that direction to look for certification programs. So to preempt having 50 different versions, the industry came together and developed the farm program and said, look, let's create one version that is written with farmers at the table, with the industry at the table, so we know that it's going to be practical. But it also provides that assurance to the buyers that we're all doing what we need to do. We're doing the responsible thing.
And so a lot of times it's co-ops doing this, but there might be an individual dairy farmer who wants to be a part of this anyway, because it's actually good for the farm too. So how can an individual dairy farm become part of this?
Absolutely. So we have individual dairy farms that do direct sales that are interested in joining the farm program, and what they do is reach out to us and say, hey, I've got an interest in joining the farm program. We will set them up with an independent evaluator who is the person who will be the boots on the ground to do that evaluation and they can go through the full sort of evaluation that way. That way they're part of the farm program. They have that sort of certification for their marketplace and their buyers. So that's all sort of available for them. So absolutely, we have brands as well that can choose, that they buy from, co-ops and processors, but they want to support the farm program. So we have farm proud brands in that can also join the program and say, hey, we back the responsibility of the dairy industry. We're behind the farmers in that and the sort of program itself. So there's multiple ways for both farmers and sort of brands to participate in the program.
And Meggan, if farmers or even consumers want more information on the program and what it all entails, how can they find out more?
So they can go to our website, the nationaldairyfarm.org, for more information.
That's Meggan Hain. She is Chief Veterinary Officer with the National Dairy Farm Program. You're listening to the WRDN Morning Farm Report.